Hello and welcome to this drum lesson for God Only Knows by the Beach Boys. Right, so this tune is obviously a classic tune. So it's a little bit odd on the drums because it's more of a kind of orchestration of drums, I'd say. There's kind of not particularly like a straight up drum part, but it's kind of a really nice, just different way to think about approaching a drum part. And I assume, I don't know, but I assume this was more done in bits and there's a lot of overlaying kind of percussion parts. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of do it how I would approach it, how I've kind of heard it, and how you would kind of apply that to a drum kit setting if you were having to play this. So straight away there's kind of these kind of, they sound a bit like sleigh bells, but basically a tambourine works really well. Now I've put a tambourine here on my hi-hat because essentially in this song there's basically a constant tambourine thing. It does halfway through, but playing it with your left foot means that it frees up your hands to kind of orchestrate the other things. So there's like a 4-bar intro and then we come in with the sleigh bell / tambourine sound, which is like a quarter note basically, and I'm playing this with the left foot, so that's like this. Okay, so that's just playing basically all the quarter notes. And then there's this kind of percussion part that comes in, which is, I'm kind of playing it on the rims, and it's probably more of like a percussion instrument like bongos or congas or some other kind of tuned percussion. But I kind of playing it, as I say, playing it on a drum kit, rims kind of has a similar sound. It's kind of that high register but sort of tuned percussion sounds, and this is kind of the part. So you're kind of basically hitting backbeats. As I say again, it's an approximation of what the pattern is, but that's kind of the kind of tuned percussion thing that's like underneath it, and obviously while you're playing that you're keeping the quarter notes going. Yes, it goes 1, 2, 3. Okay. So that's kind of like the verse bit, and then there's kind of like just before we go into the Thom orchestration bit, you drop out the tambourine, and we've just got the. Before we go into this Thom bit, which is, I'll just play it for you and break it down. So you're basically hitting 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, da 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 da. 1, 2, and 4, and 1, da da da. and 1, da da da. So the first bar. First bar is 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then you're hitting the 1 of the next bar before you do the snare roll, which is 3 hits, would be 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 1, and 2, and. And you're just filling in the rest of the bar with 8th notes. And then after that, you're back into the same kind of tune percussion bit, but instead of the tambourine being 8 quarter notes, it's just on the 2s and 4s. Yeah, so instead of having the constant quarter note, you're just on the back beats basically with that. And then what happens right at the end is we've kind of got this build chorus where we repeat this, repeat this kind of snare thing that's happening every 2 bars, so that the snare is falling in the same position as when we're doing the tom bit, but instead of doing the toms, we're still doing that kind of rim percussion bit, and when the tambourine comes in, that's on the 2s. So it's like a 2-bar round like this. So yeah, that last bit, that kind of snare roll is always in the same place from the tom section to this. On one hand it starts. Okay, and that snare roll is just genius. Like, as I say, this song's very orchestrated. It's kind of not just a straight up drum part. So it's just really effective, I think, when you're doing those kind of snare rolls for the end of the song and in that middle section. But yeah, thanks very much for watching. Hope that was helpful. Watch the drum cover and have a play along with the song. See how you do. Thanks very much. See you.